Hi, friends. I'd like to speak to you a moment about our giving. You know, during these unprecedented times, we have joined with hundreds of thousands of churches all around the world as everyone is having to shift from in-person services to online services. But with that shift, we've also had to shift from in-person giving to online giving. Now, we've not canceled church. We're just doing church a little bit differently out of respect, of compassion, and caution. See, 1 Peter 2:5 tells us that we are living stones being built up into a spiritual house. And so the church is not a physical institution that meets at a geographical location each week. No, the church is a spiritual entity, and it is as alive and vibrant as ever. Now, I'm grateful for our buildings. But did you know for the first 300 years of the church, they didn't have their own buildings, and they still thrived. And so we are continuing to make a difference as a church with eternal ramifications. Look at what some of the things that the staff have provided for me. Did you know that we've had a dramatic participation increase since we've gone online with our services? We've also had a 700% increase in our salvation decisions since the COVID outbreak. Our CrossWalk ministries, they're providing online lessons, activity sheets, virtual adventures, a Pinterest board, a weekly Facebook Live story time for kids. It's been amazing. We've reopened Greenwood Christian Academy as a daycare for essential workers. Our pastors continue serving full-time the spiritual needs of those inside and outside of our church, as well as some of their physical needs too. We're providing industrial boxes of toilet paper to charities in our community who are serving on the front lines of the needy. We're calling isolated seniors who are suffering acute loneliness. That's at the request of James City County. We're also providing chaplaincy services at the request of the Newport News Police. And at the request of the Red Cross, did you know one of our campuses was transformed into a blood drive? We're resourcing single moms with car repairs and supplies for their children. We're working with Meals on Wheels, dropping off care packages to quarantine families. Our Connect groups are thriving because of the Zoom capabilities. And we've also continued our monthly support of over 50 missionary partners abroad, as they're also on the front lines, oftentimes in poverty-stricken nations who have felt the effects of this COVID outbreak worse than we have here in the States. But we could not do any of those things without the faithful support of God's people. And I'm so grateful. You know, people are tuning in from out of state and they're sending in finances to help us. We're grateful for that. Even people in our church who've been affected financially because of their job situation, they're still continuing their faithful support. I was touched. 4 of my kids have been furloughed, and yet they reported to me, "Dad, we finished our Heart for the House commitment during this time because of our love for the church." And so they've seen the values in our own home. Did you know when Pam and I received our stimulus check this week, the very first thing we did was we tithed off of it to the local church. And so we invite you to continue your support of God's work. To continue doing that, there's several ways. I encourage you to go to crosswalk.cc right now. And if you do that, you'll see the online give button right there in front. And once you click that, there's several options that you have. The first way is you can give online, but you can also text to give right from your phone. If you're a little more traditional, you can still mail in a check to our church mailing address. Our staff are checking the mailbox regularly. What Pam and I did, we contacted our local bank years ago, and we treat our tithe like a bill pay, like we do any of our utilities or other ways. But any way you want to give, we encourage you to find that way that suits you and continue to be faithful to God's house, because we are going to get through this crisis. And when we do, we're going to emerge stronger spiritually, socially, and financially. God bless you.